Miami Mercenaries, really that's the double M. Born baller, baby boy, I be above the rim.
What's good, family? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of the best NBA pod in the game, Above the Rim. Keep it locked each week and join myself and a special guest as we tackle the latest rumblings in the league. If it's happening in the NBA, you know I got you covered. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and leave that 5-star review. Let's get it.
So a coach said, whatever happened in the gym, stay in the gym. So I'm like, well, I got tested a couple times, even in Toronto. I'm a rookie, so the rookie's always supposed to carry the bags. And I'm like, me, I'm out there with Charles Oakley.
Oakley, that's my dog.
That was my dog, man. Me and Oakley, we was on it. So it was like, when we come to town, it was like, man, it's so, they wanted me to carry the bags. I said, I can't carry the bags. I'm a super rookie. So, so I never carried the bags. So, I ain't gonna say no name, but one of the players did try, because everybody from the hood, but we played basketball.
Right.
And that, I don't think that went too good for him. After that, I ain't never had to carry the bags. Nobody never asked me,
Talk about it.
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Family, welcome back to another edition of Above the Rim. Brought to you, as always, it's your host, it's your boy, Justin, a.k.a. Just Blaze. Family, you know the drill. To get in contact with me, you can always hit me up. Follow me on Twitter, at JustBlaze_513. On IG, it's JustBlaze513. On Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. Email the show as well. Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com. Tap in and leave the family a voicemail. His line is always open. You already know what it is. 908-718-1592. Make sure you send your hate mail. Show some love. Subscribe on all platforms. Leave a review on iTunes. If you bang with the show, please do that because I need a couple of those. So make sure you show them reviews. Cop your merch as well, family. That's always on sale. Joining me this week, I got to do a double over, man. I had the family on last episode, and it was just too much. You know what I'm saying? I had to bring the fellas back. I had to bring my two brothers back on, my two basketball sparring partners, the trifecta, as we call it. Reem and Damo. What's up, fellas? I'm glad that y'all are back again.
Yo, happy to be back, man. Call me at a good time, man. I'm on vacation. I had to put that reservation in for the 18th.
Still on vacation.
You know what I'm saying?
Best NBA pod in the game.
Talk about it.
I had to put my reservation in.
Listen, man. The streets call for us, man. The streets know when the trifecta's on the mic. The streets know. A lot of people write to me on these kind of episodes, man. And like some of them, they try to yell at y'all. They love to yell at Reem about Melo because they always be like, "Damn, you a Melo supporter too much." They talk about Damo knowing the Pacers a little bit too much. It's a whole lot of craziness that goes on in these episodes, man. Yeah, but fellas, man, I appreciate y'all coming back again for another episode. Had to double up on this one, and let's start with a cop and a dropper, man. How we always do. I'm gonna go 2 hot topic questions this evening. If you agree, you copping. If you disagree, you dropping. Let's talk about this. I wanted to have a little bit more of a discussionary episode this season. This season has already been a very unpredictable type season. COVID protocols, players being out due to contact tracing, a lot of games being postponed. Little practice time, isolation on road trips, shaky crowds, some having crowds, some not having crowds. And it's safe to say that NBA has been rather hard to predict and kind of much harder to be boxed in this season. There's a lot of basketball to be played left. There's a lot of teams playing well right now. Both conferences, the first seed and the 8th seed are separated by 7 to 8 games in both conferences. So this has been as one of the tighter or one of the tightest playoff races that we've seen in a while. So I'm gonna start off with copping and dropping this take, right? I'm gonna start with you, Damo, right here. Copping and dropping, my brother. There is no one NBA title favorite this season, copping or dropping.
I'm gonna cop that. Cop it because, then again, anything can happen, with the injuries, the COVID protocols, anything can happen. And it's too much competition right now.
You think COVID is going to affect the postseason? It's interesting.
It's dicey. It's a lot of politics around that one because we know it's a pandemic. But, because, the NBA, if something happened, the NBA they may or may not decide to take action.
Well, a lot of
they
people
don't want to lose
out
money.
due to COVID, to tracing also as well. Not necessarily having the virus, but due to tracing also as well. So it could, hopefully it doesn't, but it could affect.
Right, because if somebody like Durant or LeBron contact tracing, are we really going to sit here?
Well, they've already checked Durant out.
No, I'm saying during the season, but in the playoffs, do we really expect the NBA to be like, nah, let's just keep that one under wraps, Let's excuse the contract tracing.
I don't know if they can do that. That'll be interesting.
Why not? They can do anything they want. But
I mean, they definitely could do anything they want.
They could do anything they want.
I mean, if it's affecting a playoff game, but indeed,
I think aside from the COVID protocols, whatever, and injuries, I think is I like the competition of the teams.
Competition-wise,
competition-wise, there's a lot of competition, and I think I just can't say, the Nets is gonna win the championship.
So, is there one team that stands out more than the rest that you feel like, damn, I don't think there's one team that could really beat that team. That's really a favorite.
Well, in the East,
altogether. One team, you'd be like when the Warriors that had their dynasty, there was like one team. Can any team match up to that team?
Well,
that's a favorite.
I'm gonna say this. At first, I was saying the Lakers. But
there's a lot of people.
With the first half going by, I don't like what I'm seeing from Anthony Davis. He's not looking like top 5 talent to me.
We talked about top 5 last season.
He's projected to be. He's not looking top 5 talent. The Nets, I would say, is the team to beat right now.
Wow, you think the Nets are the team to beat?
They're clicking. They don't have to do much on defense. They got all the offense in the world.
Really?
I don't think they have to do much on defense. They just gotta contain a team because they could outscore anybody.
100%.
You contain a team. You got people like Bruce Brown.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one calling him Bruce Bowen.
But you know what? He's grown on me.
Yo, he's all right.
He's grown on me. I'm like, this dude, I like.
He hustles, man.
He hustles a lot. I love.
Hold on, where was he last year? Was he on the Nets last year?
He was on Detroit.
I had looked at him last week. I'm like, who the hell is this cat? Why he catching boomies and all of that?
I'm about to Google something right now.
He plays hard.
I don't know where he played last year, Bruce Brown, but
And you know what too? Low key.
I
was kind of hyped. No reason to be big hype, but I was kind of low key hyped that they picked up Andre Roberson. I was like, ooh, that was kind of sneaky.
I seen him play. He's terrible.
Listen. I'm not looking for him to score. I just need him to be.
I don't even know if he can defend anybody.
That's all I need from him.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not looking for him to score.
Yo, Reem, I don't know if you know, but this guy's an OKC fiend. So anybody from the OKC tree,
besides Melo.
Besides Melo.
Listen,
besides Melo.
I knew Damo was going to come in. Last week, he said the same thing. I knew he said, forget the Knicks. He's a Nets fan now. He said that last week. Yep. He came in here on the same hot topic.
I've been saying that since
this guy threw
2019 when KD signed that contract.
I get it.
DK all day.
I get it. But me personally,
Flatbush.
I don't see any team that was head over shoulders over anybody this year. For the reason that I don't know if any team is mentally strong enough to just be like the team to be worried about. You still don't know Kawhi doesn't speak enough for me. That's his problem. He's not vocal enough for me to say the Clippers are going to be the head front runners. You don't hear from him. So he gives no...
Do they have to say it? They can't just play. They have to say it.
Like you see, Kobe gave
too much.
But I'm saying Kobe gave a demeanor to his teams.
Yes,
that were good.
They took on his personality.
Yes, they knew it was no nonsense. It was about business. I don't know which team in the NBA has that feeling for me. So that's why it's making for great basketball and a lot of surprises because we do have the Jazz number 1.
Yes,
but if you ask a consensus of 100 people, do they believe in the Jazz?
Shaky on the Jazz
being contenders? He's like, You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to expect from the season, but it's great basketball.
Yeah, it's definitely shaky season on the Jazz. When it comes to this, I'm copping this because I don't think there's a favorite in the NBA this season. In the beginning of the season, I had the Lakers as a favorite. In the beginning, because on paper, this shit look a little crazy. Yeah. Once they got Montrez, they got Schroeder. You wasn't feeling them on paper in the beginning?
I was feeling the Clippers moves more.
The Clippers more?
Wait, you mean Ibaka?
I like
that. We were on that first season preview episode, and you liked Ibaka over Trez. I do remember that.
Yeah,
but better than the Lakers?
I didn't like the Gasol signing.
Yes, I agree.
You lost a lot of rim running. You lost a lot of athletic bigs.
I like McGee
for
and
a
Dwight.
Slower. I don't even know what he is anymore.
Slower, non-athletic, but smarter.
But he's not a rim protector.
But he's smarter.
How much does he give you? At what pace does he give it to you too?
I mean, but hold on, he was starting for the Raptors when they won the title.
But I feel like he's not. Like you said, like I forget that he's on the team still.
Yeah,
he's starting.
I'm really checking for Mark. He's starting now. Look at that. I didn't even know that. I'm not really checking for Mark.
But he plays less minutes than Montrez.
He does. He plays He starts, but he plays less minutes than Montrez. But
he's only starting because AD is out.
Imagine Zubac in that spot.
I mean, he starts with AD. He starts. Yeah? AD is a 4. Yeah. LeBron is the 3. But what he brings to the table, he brings a different kind of big than a JaVale McGee. Because last year, JaVale McGee is the one who was starting. And then Dwight Howard.
But he was a rim runner. He was a protector of the basket.
That's going to make the right play.
He was just doing the junkyard dog kind of plays.
The bare minimum.
But that was what was needed.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why I was never impressed with this team?
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of a lot.
Never impressed?
This year's signings, I wasn't really impressed with a lot of it.
Really?
That Schroeder signing.
Wes Matthews?
I feel like you fronting a little bit, Reem. You wasn't impressed during the summer. You'd be like, damn, they got Schroeder. They got Montrez.
Remember they had a decent second unit coming in last year.
Yes.
They have nobody in the second unit now that you can count on.
THT.
Who?
THT. Horton Tucker. The rookie.
Who? Like I said,
he been playing all right.
He's decent, but
hold up.
Do you count on him in the playoffs?
Well, he never played in the playoffs.
Would you count on him in the playoffs?
Me, no.
Okay, Kuzma. Would you count on Kuzma for anything?
I never liked Kuzma.
Exactly.
I never. Me personally.
So now you have Dudley. You have Wes Matthews.
Dudley. Why are you even gonna?
Because he played the other day.
I forget he on the team.
He played the other day.
Why you gonna bring up Dudley?
He played the other day. Somebody blocked him and told him. CP3 said, "Get that shit out."
Get that shit out.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
Come on now.
Jared
I'm not
Dudley.
impressed.
I call him Mero.
I'm not impressed by the buildup of that roster.
Yo, what happened to Dion Waiters? He's not in the league no more.
Champ Cheese?
Yeah.
Champ Cheese.
Yeah.
He's on the bench.
Philly
right?
Cheese. He's not on the bench. He's home.
I mean, he's home.
Him and JR got a chip and they home now.
Dion Waiters is not in the league right now?
After saying that they tried to sabotage Cheese. That's what he said. They tried
about the Lakers?
Well, he called himself Champ Cheese, and he said they tried to sabotage Cheese. And they don't want him in the league. He's Cheese, Champ Cheese.
No, I'm saying
Philly Cheese.
Who he blamed for sabotaging him? For sabotaging him?
I don't know. He said the streets.
He took that.
The
edible.
man.
He took that edible.
Stop taking them gummies, man.
He said the man tried to sabotage.
Crazy.
He trying to take them gummies.
I don't
lay off of it.
I don't know.
He should be in the NBA right now.
He should.
I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking a lot after that title that he did something. Remember, I had the whole intro.
But an orange
trying
man
to sabotage Cheese. That's what they said.
Orange man got a chip, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't think there's any title favorite this season, right? And how I'm thinking about it is, I feel like every team can be beat in my mind.
Yeah.
Like I know Damo, you're high on the Nets. Reem, you're not really high on a particular team. But
no, I'm high on the Nets, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got beat.
Oh, okay. I thought you feel like they couldn't be beat.
Nah.
And I'm like, I think the Nets can get beat in the East.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant only in the West. I feel like a couple
me personally, I feel like, to me, the only threat to them right now is Philadelphia. Only because of Embiid.
See, I disagree with that.
I don't feel like there's no other threat.
I disagree. I think they do have another threat, and that's my threat to actually go to the finals in the East.
Ooh.
Celtics.
The Celtics?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
they need a down. They need a down.
Listen, I know you fellas disagree with me here, but they were my finals pick in the beginning of the season, and I'm sticking with them. I think
the Celtics?
Yeah, I think that we are.
Hold
on. I think you guys are sleeping on the Celtics because you guys haven't really seen the Celtics as a whole together. Right now, their 4 top pieces. Always somebody has been missing this entire season. The beginning of the season, Kemba Walker was out for the first month. After Kemba Walker came back, Marcus Smart was gone. They were together for like 2 games or 2 to 5 games, and then Marcus Smart has been out. Marcus Smart has been out ever since. He's a very integral part of that team. Jason Tatum was out due to COVID for like 3 weeks. He was out. Jaylen Brown has been there entire season. Now, when I say that they're going to come out the East, I still feel like they're going to make a move. I still feel like they need to make a move. I still feel like they need a center or they need a rim protector. So I think the Celtics are a team that can take out the Nets in a series because I feel like they can match them offensively. And I think they're a little bit better defensively because Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they're two-way stars. KD is a two-way star. Harden, semi-two-way star. Kyrie and Kemba.
I'm off the Kemba shit right now.
Whoa. I'm getting disrespectful.
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm getting disrespectful.
Kyrie and Kemba. Kyrie's way better than Kemba.
Kyrie's better. I used to say they were neck and neck, but this year 100% Kyrie's better.
I just have to make sure.
It's over.
Kyrie's better.
It's over.
I'm not going to disrespect.
Yo, Damo, good catch, bro. Good catch.
I had to stop him real quick.
You know I'm a Kemba guy.
Yeah,
I'm a Kemba guy.
Word.
But Kyrie's definitely better. But I feel like, I'm going to be honest, I really think the Nets could be beating the series. I think, a dynasty team like them, they never really win in their first year.
Yeah, I feel that way.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I feel like they can be beat, but I don't think there's a favorite. I feel like any team could be beat, son. For real.
I like the Celtics idea, but
what's your apprehension?
I think it's Kemba at this point.
Yo,
that's the media.
No. I'm not saying that.
I just don't like the fit.
I just think
he's not healthy.
Like if you, not besides being healthy, I just think in the big games he's really small. They double down on the paint. He's not as effective.
CP3 is small.
But CP3 is a cerebral point guard, like we said. It's different.
All right, so bringing up Dame is small,
but Dame is different. He can shoot from half court.
Hold up.
Kemba is from New York.
I don't like the.
So you comparing Kemba to
I don't like
Dame?
the Kemba disrespect right now.
No, all right. So.
Wow.
All right. Let's play devil's advocate.
Don't like the Kemba disrespect.
Let's play devil's advocate.
On.
If you take Chubbs out of Toronto for Kemba,
that's crazy. You say that.
I see Chubbs in 2 places, either in Boston, or Miami.
What?
Yo, that's crazy you say that.
Miami, I like. Boston, we talking about over Kemba?
Listen.
Yes.
That was actually what I wanted to talk about in the last episode. I feel like if you trade Kemba for Kyrie and maybe Boucher, I don't know how you say that dude's name.
Bobby Boucher.
If you trade him for Kyrie and Chris Boucher, I feel like the Celtics become better.
I take OG.
They're not gonna give up OG.
Well, they're not gonna do a 2-for-1 swap.
Even if it's straight up, I would do the Kemba for Kyrie straight up.
I take that. You have a floor general, somebody proven in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Chubbs ain't Chubbs no more.
You don't need Chubbs to do much.
Chubbs ain't Chubby no more.
Gonna come play.
You're not feeling it.
I'm not feeling this Kemba slander going on.
There's not no Kemba slander. I'm not feeling the fit, bro. I'm not feeling the fit.
What do you mean you're not feeling the fit, though?
I feel like he would fit in Toronto, though.
Bro, hold on. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. What do you mean you're not feeling the fit? How does he not fit? He could get you 20. He's been hurt, fellas.
But that's what
he's by the time the playoffs come, I'm hoping I'm hoping he's gonna be Kemba that I know of. Kemba that gets you 20. Kemba that gets you 20 to 22.
Listen, Kemba always gonna be that kind of Kemba. He's from New York. But I just feel like it don't fit. Him, Tatum, and Brown,
It don't fit the timelines either.
I just don't feel like it don't fit. They gotta get rid of him.
Kemba's not old though.
He's what, 5 years older than those guys now.
Yeah, but you saying Lowry like Lowry is young.
But Lowry knows how to defer, and he knows how to get everybody in the perfect position.
Kemba knows how to defer too, brother. He's not trying to be the first option.
All right, let me ask you a question. Who you proclaim as a better defender?
Who out of Lowry and Kemba?
Chubbs.
Chubbs, definitely Chubbs.
Okay, a better 100%. Floor general.
Chubbs.
Better knockdown shooter.
Chubbs.
Kemba.
No, Kemba.
Knockdown shooter.
I'm gonna go
knockdown shooter.
Kemba.
Yeah.
A better score, offensive anything.
No, I'm talking about catch the ball, not a whole bunch of dribbling. Catch the ball and fire. That's not Kemba's game.
All right.
Yeah, but he can do that though. It's not necessarily the best Kemba that we can be, but he can still catch and shoot as a third option. He's still averaging 18 as a third option. Damo looked at the stats. Kyle Lowry is averaging 18. Averaging 18. I don't know how y'all saying Kyle Lowry is so much better than Kemba Walker. I disagree.
He's more battle tested than Kemba.
What?
I think he's better off.
Why? Because he won a title. So what? Though?
But he played an instrumental role.
Kemba's been in the playoffs before. Kemba was
when
in Charlotte. What are you talking about? When they played against Miami.
Once or twice.
But that team was trash though. Come on now.
But that's what I'm saying.
Averaging 25, 26 on a bum team.
They've been championship caliber for the last what?
Who?
The Celtics.
The Toronto
Raptors. They've been championship caliber for how many years now?
Yeah, but
he's more battle tested than Kemba.
Is the debate here who's better between Lowry over
Walker? I'm not saying.
No.
Who's better? Kemba is definitely better.
What's
Lowry.
better fitted?
Better fit is Lowry for the Celtics.
But I don't think. Do you think Lowry? I don't think that's a possibility of Lowry.
And I think Kemba would fit better in Toronto because they bring in somebody younger. You know what I'm saying? They get rid of Lowry. They put him where he wants to be.
Well, Lowry doesn't want to be in Boston. He wants to be in Philly. So we've hearing.
But at least you put him on a contending team if he doesn't end up in Philly.
So the Raptors are not a contender.
You can't put him in his hood, though. You can't put him in his hood. He's from Philly.
Yeah, everybody come up and in. Well, that's the team that they were talking about him going to.
I just feel like that would work perfectly.
Yeah, I really, really like it. And I think you would get the best out of it, and he would heighten Tatum's game.
Yeah.
By being that vet.
Well, he can distribute
because I still feel like Tatum could still go to another level. He ain't there yet.
He definitely can go to another level, 100%. Kemba. JT didn't even scratch the surface yet. My son, he should have been MVP this year, but he I know. You were
saying MVP candidate.
He still got time, but the Celtics don't have the record.
He's at Super Saiyan 1 right now.
You right there, man. I've been the biggest JT advocate for a while, so when he gets there, make sure the streets know. Let's get to the next cop in the drama, man, because we spent we got a nice, interesting Lowry over Kemba debate. I might have to put that one on Twitter there. Let's talk about NBA defense, man, because so I was browsing around in some NBA stats, and I was looking at Basketball Reference and shit like that when I'm scrounging through these streets, checking for stats, checking for teams that look sus. And I noticed, man, the Nets, the Bucks, the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Pelicans, the Blazers, and the Jazz right now are more efficient, better offensive rating than the 2017 Warriors team with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, right?
All of those teams?
Yep.
Wow.
Have a better offensive rating. So that tells me a lot right now that in 2020, I was about to say 2020, 2021, this season, right? That offense has taken that much more of a leap this season. What's that? 3 or 4 years now. The offense.
Yeah, I mean, his record's being breaking every night,
every single year. Like that technically, that 2017 Warriors team is technically, a lot of people are saying, is one of the best teams ever assembled. One of the best offensive teams. And now this year we got 10 players averaging over 26.
How many players is the scoring is crazy. How many players averaging 30?
Only 2 players averaging 30.
Yeah,
2 averaging 30. 10 players averaging over 26. 40 players are averaging over 20.
It's crazy.
40 different players. That's more than NBA teams. 40 different players are averaging more than 20. 3-point shooting is at an all-time high, right? So copping or dropping this take, man, because there's a lot of offense going on right now. Damo, I'm going to start with you. When it comes to the playoffs, right? When it comes to the playoffs, defense no longer matters in this particular season. copping or dropping this take? Remember, we got the Nets as the best offensive rating in NBA history.
I'm
and
gonna,
the worst defensive rating.
I'm gonna drop that only because
Tell me why.
the way the refs run the game. Because during this, it's just, to me, it's politics right now. Because, the NBA, they're going to make their numbers. They're going to get their views. Everybody want to see, threes and highlight plays.
It's not what they want to see. It's what these teams are doing.
Yeah, but the referees, they be calling some wild calls. Like the fouls that they be calling.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, really? Did you really call that?
And no hand checking. You can't really breathe on nobody no more.
You can't even breathe on somebody.
You know how we are in the park, but there's a lot of contact.
Exactly.
Like, you get thrown out of bounds. I mean, I'm small. I be getting thrown out of bounds and ain't no foul being called.
Right.
I'm going to the rack.
You know what I'm saying? But the playoffs is a different game. The game slows down and the refs will make I would say maybe 65% of the time they'll make the right call. You know what I'm saying? But during the season, they just letting it fly. And they're gonna call little tic-tac fouls that you wouldn't normally get in the playoffs. So that's why I would say, but defense is definitely, I feel like, is on the way out.
On the way out.
Because it's crazy because...
Is it gonna matter when it comes to this playoffs?
This year,
because remember, the Nets are the favorite in the East.
Yeah, this year,
right?
Not
a defensive team. Literally the worst in the league, right? But the best offense in the league. Now, would it matter this season? That's why I'm asking.
This season, I don't know.
It's going to be crazy. Reem, talk to me. Copping or dropping, man. Defense no longer matters in the NBA. This season in particular, in this playoffs.
I'm a cop it overall. Because
you an offensive guy.
I'm more of an offensive guy.
I'm about to say, Reema's a what? A two guard, right?
Who cares about defense?
Reema's the combo guard.
But at the end of the day, though, like, the NBA itself doesn't complement a tough-nosed defender anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can play the best defense, jump straight up and down, and a shooter could lean into you, and they'll call foul on you for playing good defense. So you're not rewarding good defense anymore. So why play it? If I'm a top-rated, one of the top 5-6 in the rotation, I really can't play tough defense because I'm definitely not going to get the calls in my favor.
But is tough defense what? Hand checking? Fouling?
No. I mean, just like being somebody to the next spot who's a higher rated player than you, a more popular player than you. The call's going to go the other way. Certain people like Beverly don't bother you anymore because you flare your arms, they're going to call foul on you because he is not an elite player by name.
I like what you said there, Reem. I think it's two things. Number one, I think players don't care about defense like that. I don't think they care as much about defense like that because I feel like, number one, it's not rewarded, like you said. And number two, I think some players are penalized for playing great defense. So like you said, they get a lot of fouls called on them. Like you're saying, for being overly aggressive. Like people like Patrick Beverly, people like
Crowder,
I mean,
stuff like that.
PJ Tucker.
Think about it. Some of the players are getting fined for flopping.
Yes, that's always been a thing.
But that's
I mean,
needed,
it's a thing now. Like it was a thing when it first started to happen. Like we was like, come on, you really flop right there. But now it's like there's people flopping every night now. Like,
but you know what though, fellas? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, and I think, right? You know how we say defense may not matter as much going into playoffs. Right now, I think it may be a matter of effort. I think a lot of players don't want to put in that effort, right? And let me tell you why. Because I look at a guy like Lou Dort, my son Lou Jens Dort over there. One of my favorite players in the league, by the way, over there in OKC. That man plays defense. That man hustles. That man moves his feet. He came into the league as a
Luke Bahamute.
Oh, chill. Don't disrespect the Prince. But you know what? He's like an heir apparent to the Prince.
I'm out of here.
Don't hate on the Prince. He's like an heir apparent to the Prince. You know what I'm saying? My son Lou Jens Dort is one of the best defenders in the league. And you know what's crazy? He puts an effort on the defensive end if you look at him. Some of these dudes, a lot of these dudes, maybe defense is not the same anymore because people are not putting in the same effort as a Bruce Bowen. as a who's another lockdown? Ruben Patterson. Dudes like that, the Kobe
Gary
stopper they used to call.
See,
what I'm saying?
But what you saying is the effort that's put in. That effort isn't never rewarded both sides of the season. Like they won't allow you to be physical in the regular season, and then it gets really physical in the playoffs. You have to.
That's true.
You have to call it throughout the same way all year long.
Right.
So that's the problem with Harden.
Why don't they don't do that?
Harden gets reffed a certain way during the regular season, and then post game they let him be real physical with
every
him.
year that happens.
And
too.
I don't see the correlation with both. And I think with the refs have a
Which
little
is why
bit.
y'all keep saying, "Oh, Harden don't show up in the playoffs." Why you think it's not?
He's
Because they're
ref
not
different.
calling the same.
He's ref different.
Sometimes he doesn't show up in the playoffs.
But
Really?
Even with his jump shots.
Really?
Even with
his
his
playoff
step backs.
numbers aren't terrible.
They're not
It's
terrible.
not terrible.
No, the points are not, because he still gets to the free throw line. He still gets to the free throw line enough to bring his average up to at least 20, but his percentages are in the gutter.
But his expectations of touches as far as physicality changes.
Yes. Yeah.
So even I seen Montrezl Harrell. He scored and yelled out and won and caught a tech. That's where the NBA is going.
Yeah.
It's the no fun league.
I don't like all the
NBA version.
That's
all the
ridiculous,
ejections
man.
and shit.
Yeah.
Too. They're trying to calm down the intensity, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's part of the that's part of the game.
Yeah.
Imagine Rucker Park in the NBA.
So, yeah, damn.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would.
I pay to hear
So-
the other commentary.
Yeah, oh, definitely. So
Besides TNT.
the reason why I'm saying that is because usually the past couple of champions have been a team that's really good on defense, or at least a top 5, at least a top 10 team on defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have the Nets. A lot of people have the Nets as a favorite in the East like that, a team that's not really a defensive-minded team. The 76ers are a semi-defensive-minded team. They want to be a defensive-minded team. They do play good on defense, but they're not like
Lockdown.
Yeah. So the Lakers semi-play defense. You know, there's a lot of teams that are like not defensive stoppers, but they could play some D when they need
Tweeners.
to.
They're tweeners.
Yeah, tweeners. Yeah.
Which is why you kind of got to give Utah the
Yeah. So
slight
I'm
respect.
saying with this championship, this playoff run, really defense would really matter. Like,
Nah, I think
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's a Wild Wild West. Whose gun's bigger?
it's wild this year.
Who got the most bullets?
This year it may not matter like how it normally mattered about
Yeah.
defense this year. Now it may be a matter of
Outscoring your opponent.
Or who can score in isolation?
But
Who is the best isolation player? Who can score in the post?
Is that
and paint?
is that the good thing for the league?
Yeah.
Is that a good direction?
Yeah. It weeds a lot of
I like to see that
I don't
gritty
know.
basketball. You know what I'm saying?
do
I
that
don't.
grizzly basketball.
I like a lot of foul. I mean, not a lot of fouls, but I like a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, a lot of players getting mad at each other. You need
Because that's the mental part of the game.
yeah.
I enjoy that, but I don't like the flopping and the flaring. That's what I don't
of
like.
course not.
But what I enjoy about like being locked in with one another is let the players figure it out. Take the refs whistle and swallow that. Pause. Keep the
How,
whistles.
though?
Keep the whistle because I think they interject a little too much. That
Oh, they do. They do.
if I'm a player that plays off emotion, I want to get amped. I want to clap my hands. I
Right.
want to get myself ready for the next possession. Where now I scored on you, I want to come at. Let me slap the floor. I'm trying to get a lockup.
But the refs have to relax.
But that's what I'm saying. They're taking the emotion out the game, and most players play off emotion that don't get a lot of touches.
think
Like you said, Lou Dort. Like you said, Marcus Smart. Those are emotional players that play on a defensive end. Now, Marcus Smart hits a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
He wants to play full court defense. But you got to allow that. It's a ref. Back up and let these players play.
I agree. It's definitely gonna be interesting coming up to this playoffs, man, because it's like, what do you emphasize? Do you emphasize offense or do you emphasize defense? It's gonna be crazy. I think this playoffs might be one of the most unpredictable that we've seen in a long time.
So
in my opinion,
basically, what you're saying is you feel like this year it's a little too much offense
it's a lot of
and defense.
I think so. The reason why I said effort is because I don't think people care. I just think they're like, man, if you get a bucket, whatever. I don't want to. Yeah. I'd rather not get that foul than let him get that bucket. You get what I'm saying? Like if like you mentally, you know how when we play ball, you really get like a split second of thinking, should I really foul? Should I clobber son when he go into the lane, or should I just let him get that easy finger roll? You get what I'm saying? Right. Do I really want to put him on the line, or do I really don't like get that finger roll? Let me get the rocket. Let me get 2 on you instead.
See, but what you saying also goes with the age of the league too. It's not a lot of like
in a good way.
It's not a lot of wily veterans that think in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
Like enforcers, kind of?
Yeah, there's no Charles Oakley's.
I don't think there's any.
There's no Masons. There's nobody to really take you out the air and be like, you're not going to get a bucket like that.
But in the playoffs, though, that means something.
You got a point.
You got a point, though.
There's only one person I can think of, and that's Beverly.
Pat is only.
Honestly, cats are really snuffing Beverly. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Who that?
Some cats are really snuffing Beverly
because he's small.
Oh yeah, but
he's coming in talking all that raw. They snuffing.
But like the Davis boys and stuff like they have big bulky guys that's gonna take you out the
Charles Oakley.
They don't have these players anymore, and a lot of the bench players are young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So their demeanors are different. They're just trying to stick around.
It's gonna get. That's why I think it's gonna be interesting. And then remember, playoff time. We still don't know if we're gonna have fans in there.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's gonna work out. That's gonna be interesting, man. Damn, it's gonna be crazy. But let's move on. Let's check the temperatures of a couple of these teams that are like on the shaky side. I like to call them sexy pretenders. Like some are pretenders, some are contenders, but they look a little sexy on paper and been looking sexy on the floor. So let's go to a few teams and let's check the temperature on us. Let's check the above the rim temperature on these teams, because we are the pulse of the streets right here, especially when it comes to the NBA take. So let's talk about a couple of these guys. Let's start off with the Jazz, man. Number 1 record in the league. I wanted to touch on the Jazz really quick. They are the hardest team in the league right now. Best record in the NBA. I believe they're top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense. Moving the ball extremely well. They're getting contributions from everybody. You got Donovan Mitchell with 24 a night. You got Clarkson, Reams man off the bench with 18 a night. We got Conley, Bogdan, and Rudy all chipping in about 15 apiece. They're shooting lights out from deep. But they're really predicated on the 3, a lot of that. So if the 3 ball is going well, they look like a great team. If the 3 ball is lacking a little bit, they can suffer a little bit on the offensive side of the ball if the ball doesn't go through Donovan Mitchell. So let's check the temperature on the Jazz, fellas. How we feeling about the Jazz? Reem, I'm gonna start with you. Is the block hot on the Utah Jazz? Are you feeling them? You think they title contenders or what? Going into the second half of the season.
I'm not even gonna know the block is hot or not. I'm gonna go with your usual hot take. They pretenders. They usually have good seasons.
They do?
Post playoff. You know what I'm saying? Pre-playoff, sorry. I'm still not a believer of them. I must give a big shout out to Clarkson because he is the new Jamal Crawford. He's a bucket. He's a walking bucket. But my thing is, I don't think they put fear in any team.
I don't think any team fears
West Coast and down, second and down, or the East Coast.
You know what's crazy? I think even the AFC team doesn't fear them. The Mavs or the Warriors, I feel like those 2 teams feel like they could beat them.
And if they find a way to draw like a Nuggets, Nuggets are not scared of them.
Nah, I'm picking it. Oof.
And Joker dog walks.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't that the first round last year? Nuggets and Jazz.
That was the best playoff series.
I'm just saying. And Joker's dog walks Gobert again.
Every year.
Yeah, listen. Gobert's going to get walked over. Indeed, AD, and Jokic.
Look at the bigs going at. Why are we trying to? I don't like all this credit Gobert has been getting this season. It's like irking me. Like we're not acting like these bigs are not. Dog walking Gobert. When it comes down to it, Jokic, AD, what are other centers?
But then again, that goes again to what you were saying about the defensive side of the ball. He's one of the best defensive bigs in the game, and look what happens. He gets ate up
all the time. You know what's crazy? Capella used to eat up Rudy Gobert. Aerial assaults.
It's good.
Clint
Yo,
Capella used to eat up Gobert. So I agree. I don't know about the Jazz.
You got to put some build in that frame. That's what it is.
He leading the league in rebounding. Don't sleep on my son Capella. All right, over there in the Hawks, they ain't making the playoffs, but yo, the Jazz, man.
I'm disappointed in the Hawks too.
Me too.
I thought they was going to make the playoffs this year. I was expecting them.
Rondo took the bread and dipped.
He definitely did. He took that bread and said, "I got my chip. Got the bread. Fuck out of here. I'm good."
He's fighting in the parking lot.
I'm good. Oh yeah. Let's move on to the Blazers, man. Let's check the temperature on them. They're a very tricky team, man. I think they're a little interesting because, to me, I look at them as like a borderline contender and pretender, man. Dame is averaging nearly 30 and 8 this year. Our son Melo is putting in work.
Off the bench. And he accepted it.
Yeah, Gary Trent is playing well. They sustained the injury bug, and hopefully they're getting everyone back for a playoff push. But they're a bottom 5 defensive team, man. So how are we looking at the Blazers right now? They contending or they pretending right now? They shaky on the defensive end. I'm a little worried about the Blazers. I'm not gonna lie. How we feeling about that, Damo? I'm gonna talk to you. How we feeling? They're a little iffy, right?
I hate to say it, but they pretend.
They are.
You know, because Dame is by himself, man.
Oh, by himself?
He by himself. I'm no disrespect to Melo. You know what I mean? But Dame's not enough. You know what I'm saying? CJ come back.
Is CJ elite?
I'm. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with my man Reem. And I didn't want to before, but now I'm starting to see it with the way that Lillard has been carrying the Blazers.
Yes.
I feel like it's time to move on from CJ and see what you test the market and see what you can get.
We talked about that last episode.
Zach Collins is always hurt. Now, somehow, some way, they always rely on him, but he's always hurt.
I hate that guy too.
He's always hurt. Nurkic, you can rely on him, but he's
tended too.
Yeah, he's been getting hurt lately too. So I think they need to
on the team right now. I don't even add him.
They need to test the market with CJ and see what you can get because...
Hold on. Before the playoffs? But like by the deadline? Or are you talking about
right now?
After the season?
Right now.
Right now.
Time for change.
Right
because
now. Before the deadline.
Currently constructed, I don't see them doing any real damage.
Now that'll be a blockbuster.
Let me pick up on that.
Go ahead. That's a blockbuster.
I'm going to agree with Damo, right? And I think moving off of CJ and jolting Trent into that secondary role because he knows how to defer to Dame. Dame is the guy.
Right.
Dame is the guy, right? You just need somebody to sustain what you have Melo and Trent during that time, but you need somebody to solidify that second unit. And if you was to trade a CJ and bring in, like I said, a DeMar DeRozan or somebody who can like play alongside to like keep them afloat while Dame is out, so you don't need superhero Dame.
Right.
They come out with a lot. I'm disappointed what they had because they were projected as a 3-and-D team.
Yeah,
with Covey and Derrick Jones, and it's not. I haven't seen them stop anybody.
Yeah,
and then Dame,
they're 28th ranked defense.
Yeah, exactly. Dame tries, but then you put CJ next to him, who's the same size.
Yeah,
he doesn't really
does the same thing, basically.
Exactly. And that's why I think you should move him. Get what you can get out of him.
All right, so look at this. I'm going to ask y'all straight up. Give me y'all honest answers, right?
Yeah.
Can they get past the first round?
They can.
They can. That's the thing. That's a scary thing.
And it goes back again to what you were saying about the defense.
Hold on. Now, I love that you guys said they can get past the first round. Who can they beat out of this top 4? Lakers, Jazz, Clippers, Suns.
Jazz and Clippers. And Suns. They could beat them.
They could beat the Suns.
But hold on. What's that? That's all 4 y'all named? Oh, no. Everybody except the Lakers?
The Lakers.
Everybody except the Lakers.
So Jazz, Clippers, Suns, they can beat in the series.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. Well, I think they could beat the Jazz.
You don't think they could beat the Clippers?
Beat the Clippers, and I don't think they could beat the Suns.
That's saying that you're a believer in playoff P.
I am. Well,
Yeah.
No, no.
He still got
I'm
something
gonna give
to
him the
prove.
benefit of the doubt. I really like Paul George. You know I'm a Paul George fan. He
Man,
be wilding out. He lets the media or outside noises get to his head.
And you know, if they match up with the Clippers, you know Dame is coming with that time.
But you know PG's gonna guard Dame.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
You know PG's gonna guard Dame.
But I don't believe in the Blazers defense though. That's my problem.
It don't matter.
I want to see them.
That's why I asked you before if defense matters. That's why I asked.
That's what I'm saying.
And I
It doesn't
agree
for
with
me because if the offense can jolt ahead of the defense,
So Blazers Clippers playing in the series. Y'all both picking the Blazers
yeah,
Yeah, I'll pick the Blazers.
yeah.
right now in the series over the Clippers.
Lillard got Paul George hard.
Let's
Wow,
let's do your
really?
let's
Yeah.
do your scenario. Let's do your scenario. If you want to go
Hold up, you do know this is on wax.
It's
position
on
for
wax.
position,
I hope they match up too, because I'll be
Position
Wow,
for-
I disagree.
position for position, who you go with?
I what Blazers
Point
Clippers?
guard.
Oh, Damian Lillard,
Okay, shooting
two
guard.
guard. Who's the Clippers two guard right now?
CJ.
Well, actually, Paul George technically they two guard. CJ or Paul George. Give me Paul George.
Playoff people. not.
Why you
season.
gotta? I think he's gonna be
you
better in the
talking about
playoffs.
preseason P.
I
not
think
preseason P.
I think Pandemic P is gonna be better this season. This
alright.
season. I really do.
Jury's
Alright.
still out on that.
So at the 3 you have Covey versus.
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Come on, stop. Yeah.
See, I think Kawhi's.
Batum versus who?
But what I think is Kawhi's game is slow enough that it favors Covey.
Y'all boys wildin', man. Y'all think
That's the only
Blazers
reason I
better than
say
the
this.
Clippers?
Yo,
Nah. I'm sorry. No.
Jokic versus.
they lost
no.
to the Nuggets last year.
The Nuggets are better than the Blazers too.
The Blazers could beat the Nuggets.
Yeah, you just
The
said
Blazers
last. You just
can
last
beat the
said
Nuggets.
last
No,
episode.
the Blazers can beat the Nuggets, yes.
Yeah.
But
What is it?
the Blazers can beat the Nuggets, but the Clippers are better than the Nuggets and the Blazers. So I
Are
think
they?
the Clippers are the best of those. Me personally, yes. Kawhi, he's better than everyone on both. those,
No,
on
there's
all
no
three of those
it's no
teams.
question that Kawhi is the best player.
It's who shows up with Kawhi.
And who shows up with him?
Lou Williams is
Will.
not playing like Lou
Yeah, Lou
Williams.
Williams.
Paul George,
He
Ibaka.
ain't
is-
get his. He ain't
Ibaka
get his
doesn't. He
wins.
doesn't kill anybody.
Hold on. Wait, so I just want to know, y'all are saying the Blazers are better than the Clippers?
I'm not saying that they're better than the Clippers.
I
I'm
wouldn't be
saying that
surprised if they beat them.
They could beat them in the playoffs.
No, they can. They can.
That's the argument.
Okay,
Yeah.
they can beat them.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they won't.
The Clippers are supposed to beat the
Supposed to
Blazers,
beat
just
them.
like they were supposed to beat the Nuggets.
Well, shit. Let's talk about the Clippers. Are they contenders or pretenders or what? Y'all talking about them like
I think
they're
they
pretenders right now.
pretenders.
They contenders to me.
They pretenders to me.
They pretenders.
Man, wow.
They
What?
pretenders to me.
You still feel like you see? I said
Because
last
Paul
year.
George is doing the same thing he do every year. He's looking and no knock on him. He's looking like an MVP player.
Again.
That's aside from him being out for a little bit, but he
Yeah.
was looking like an MVP player. But playoff time coming, he's a whole different kind of guy. I don't know what it is.
You know what's crazy though? I looked up a crazy stat on the Clippers. They're the worst team in the crunch time this year.
They
The
don't.
worst.
Gilbert Arenas
The
said it.
worst.
Who is their crunch time player?
Yep.
You've
Well, it's
diminished.
supposed to be Kawhi.
Listen, they've diminished the role of Lou Will, who was that guy.
Did they diminish him or he's just not playing good?
No, they diminished him.
I don't know if they diminished him. I don't think
There
he's- I don't
there
think
is
he's
no
Lou Will.
fourth quarter basketball ran through him.
Oh yeah, I agree.
It's
with that.
only ran through PG and Kawhi.
But you would run it through Lou Will over PG and Kawhi?
Over PG.
Listen,
Yo, you really disrespect.
The
I
diff-
mean,
no.
you have good reason to, but
no, but listen. Lou Will is a proven
He's proven,
guy
bro.
in that situation.
yeah, but he hasn't been playing well this year.
You take the ball out my hand, I can't prove anything.
But bro, he's not playing good this year. This
Alright.
is his worst. This is his worst year in a long time.
Why
They're
is
the
it?
worst crunch time team in the league? Lou Will is the closer, right? Why
But-
are they the worst crunch time team in the
But
league?
what is he? What is he? A man of touches.
He is.
He ain't swinging the boom the ball.
Yeah, but there's less touch. Montrez
They've-
is gone.
they've
so
diminished-
there's more touches for Lou Will.
You know,
They've diminished him to a corner player.
You know what's interesting?
I don't think they can do that to
Ray,
Lou
you know
Will.
what's interesting? When PG was out,
Yeah. Lou Will was wilding.
Lil Will was killing and they
Wildin'.
was winning.
You are.
Wilding.
I have to agree with Reem on that one.
just
man.
saying.
He need,
But
he
you
need
saying
them
that they're
touches.
not giving him touches? So you think it's a Ty Lue issue then? If he's not getting touches, that means it's Ty Lue. Who not giving him
Maybe.
touches?
Low key. Listen, you can send. who they got? Reggie Jackson and Lou to Toronto and bring Chubbs and bring Beverly off the bench.
I like Chubbs over there. Now, that is a spot I like.
About that.
Now, Chubbs over there, they got to match those salary because he make like over 30 mil or something like that. But I like Chubbs over there.
They can figure that out.
Also, if they can't afford Chubbs, you know who I've been screaming for before? Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo Ball would be the right point guard for the Clippers.
You know what, man? I feel I'm not saying no. Listen. No, listen. I like it. No. Listen, you ain't hear me out yet. I like it.
Yeah,
but I feel like Lonzo Ball's getting a lot of slander now.
I mean, he is. Yeah, he's always been.
He's gotten better, and I feel like they saying, "Oh, he hasn't found a home yet," and all this, narrative about him.
Yeah,
I feel like he fits in New Orleans.
I don't like him in New Orleans.
I like him there. Him and Zion, and then you have
he's like a third option or fourth option where his role is just to run the team, nothing else.
That's it. That's all you need him to do and play defense.
Get the ball to Kawhi, get the ball to PG, get the ball on.
Are you talking about for Clippers?
I'm just saying for the Clippers, he would be exceptional. That's what I think personally, because they need somebody who
that would be a great fit.
I'm just saying because Beverly, Lou Will, they can't really run a half court. They need a point guard who can actually put them into a set and put Kawhi in the sets that he needs to be so that he doesn't have to work as hard.
I just don't like the direction that Lonzo Ball is going in.
I agree.
They forcing him in the direction of being...
You got to get dealt.
You think so? They force him in the direction to being a journeyman, and I don't think he's a journeyman. I think he's a dude that belongs on a team somewhere. He could play an integral part.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
But he got
better.
No, he got better.
He's not aggressive.
He became the little brother this year.
That's just because, remember, LaMelo got a lot of attention.
But his mind state is different as well.
He's more reserved and shit.
Yeah, but Lonzo can play. Yes. His demeanor is so passive that it doesn't show like this is my team, like a J Kid did.
Well, it's not his team though.
Zion can't score without him.
Ingram. Come on now, you know that's not Lonzo Ball's team. He gotta go, son.
All right, I'll sit in the corner.
That's what I'm saying.
He gotta go. Really though, I think he could be the big three with them two. Him,
he can be, but he's not. They got Eric Bledsoe over. They got Eric Bledsoe. He's been shooting.
Listen, he's been shooting really good.
Who?
Lonzo.
Yeah.
Lonzo's been shooting rock good. Get Bledsoe out of there.
Exactly.
Make him the official PG and get a shooter next to them.
Hold on. Somebody has to want Bledsoe.
Somebody has to want him.
Nobody wants him.
Send him to Detroit.
More that's what everybody want Lonzo than want Bledsoe.
That's what
when you want to throw somebody in the trash, throw him to Detroit.
Send him to Detroit. Sorry, that's what it is.
Y'all listening?
Detroit or Sacramento. That's where your career ends.
Yeah, send him over there in Sacramento.
Word, Sacramento.
So, before we move on, I want to talk about these two teams really quick and see. I want to talk about the Bucks and Celtics and how we feel about them. So the Bucks, real quick.
Pretenders.
I know Reem got a lot of fire for Giannis and stuff for the Bucks. They're top 3 in the East right now. Giannis has been typical Giannis. But I felt, you know what's crazy though? You know, you guys influenced me a little because I've always been a Giannis guy, right? Yeah, and I've always been a Giannis guy. And I've been listening to y'all too. Y'all two must be getting in my head, right? Especially Reem and Damo, because you always say Giannis can't shoot. He's not a max player. When you said that, you got a lot of flack for saying max player, but it's crazy to say that, but Giannis really has been disappointing me, man, because I don't feel like he's as cerebral as I need him to be, and he doesn't adjust his game as much as I need him to be. Now, I'm hoping he does that this postseason, but I still feel like that Bucks team is missing a dynamic offensive player from the perimeter to take him over the top.
Giannis need another A1.
It was supposed to be his boy, Drew Holiday. What'd you call him?
Black Jesus?
Black Jesus. What happened? What's up?
But you brought him there for Giannis to still dribble and take.
Yeah. Like he's not being used. I feel like Drew Holiday's not being used the right way.
He's not utilized.
Well, how do you want him to be used? He's not a point guard.
He is a point guard. He is a point guard, but they still have Giannis playing a hybrid point guard.
Like closing the game.
Have you watched Giannis?
Yes.
Giannis like a bull in a china shop.
Yep.
He's still getting the same fouls as he got his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
He's added moves too. Nothing to his game. Now, what can save them is use one of them little hybrid mellow yellow guys that they got over there, and bring Buddy Hield in.
I would love
bring Buddy Hield over there.
For who though? You mean to get rid of
Buddy Hield along with Middleton?
So one of those two gotta go.
No.
Holiday or Middleton gotta go.
They're not gonna take Middleton. He's older. Give me Pat Connaughton and a couple picks.
For Buddy Hield?
For Buddy Hield. He wants out already. He's disgruntled.
So you mean to have Buddy Hield in addition to Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton,
and Giannis. And then you could put Brook Lopez and whoever you want.
Off. I don't know if they could pull that off.
They could figure it out. Nobody wants to play
Middleton.
Nobody's rushing to play in Wisconsin.
All right, so let me ask y'all legit right now, right?
I tell you one thing though. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I tell you one thing. I feel like Giannis reached his ceiling.
Yeah, it's done.
It's over for him.
He didn't even deserve MVP.
Y'all getting disrespectful.
How much better can he get, bro?
He can get a half court game.
He pulled up in the All-Star game and banked it off the glass 3 times.
Listen, he ain't gonna get no shot. He ain't gonna get no post game. It's a wrap.
He can't get no better?
No.
He can't get no better.
No, listen. He can get better, but he's not gonna get better. I feel like he's
that's different.
What year is he in now? 8? 6?
I think it's a 9th year.
No, not that far. Gotta be between 6 and 8.
What has he learned different?
Exactly. He's doing the same thing.
Since he came into the league, he got more aggressive.
How was the
more aggressive?
Yeah.
That's it. More aggressive. That's all he's gotten. He put on a little more weight and he started muscling people. That's it.
That means something though.
It don't mean nothing.
Listen, look at every bucket that he got in All-Star game. Where does he get those in the regular season? No way.
What you mean? He has got more aggressive. What you mean?
He has got more aggressive, but that's about it. He need to get some game, bro.
Y'all boys get mad.
You gotta get some game.
I don't like the disrespect right now. Y'all get mad.
He need to get in the gym.
All right, let me ask you a question. How's his free throws?
It stinks.
How's his 3-pointer?
It stinks.
How's his pull-up game? How's his off the bounce pull-up game?
Nothing in those areas have improved.
Nothing.
Yeah, but
he's been a 2-time
MVP. He's been more aggressive taking shots, but he's still missing them.
He shot an air ball this year off the free throw line.
I'm gonna be real with you fellas. I had a clip, right? I had a clip that I put out for the streets like 2 weeks ago when I said about Giannis, there's something off with this team. I got so much slander because I just said that he just doesn't have the same fire this year. Like something about him, I see.
Like I said, he reached his ceiling. He got his 2 MVPs.
I think he's in his head though. Yeah. I think Miami got to him a little bit last year. Once they showed the blueprint, like, either you gonna bulldoze through us or you gonna shoot.
I got a question. How does... Sounds crazy.
Who that?
You move Black Jesus.
Already?
Just listen, hear me out.
Wow.
For John Wall.
Oh, shit, I like that. Shit, I like that.
That will work.
Oh, I like that.
I can see that working.
Don't sleep on my son.
Because I think the problem with Giannis is they don't utilize Giannis because of the pace. I think if you get Giannis running more,
that's true.
You get more of a fast-paced offense. It gives the defense less time to settle down on a Giannis. Because that's where he runs into trouble.
Yeah.
Once the defense is set up and he has to bulldoze through the lane.
Well, I think that's Budenholzer's fault. You know why? Because he puts Giannis at the top of the key.
Yeah.
In the half-court offense, when they slow him down, they put him at the top of the key with the ball in Giannis's hands.
Forget the top of the key.
Post. Why can't he give me a spin move?
Listen,
why can't he give me a baby hook?
But imagine Wall off the rebound and going.
I love Wall.
Giannis filling the lanes. And you get one of them high mellow yellow dudes on the wing. Or Middleton, catch and shoot. Or Trailer.
That's a good point.
What's the Lopez? He's your trailing big. Giannis on the run. You got shooters on the post. You got to choose between Giannis and John Wall.
I think they just fucked up though this offseason in putting all their eggs into Drew Holiday. I don't think Drew Holiday was the right person to go after this offseason. I don't think he was the player that they needed to have. I think they needed a more domineering personality type of player and a person that can dictate whether they increase the pace or whether they decrease the pace.
See, but the problem is, what you're saying with
he didn't want CP3 though.
He didn't want him?
No, he didn't want him. They said that they didn't even look at CP3. He was that was one of his teams on the list, and they didn't even want to contact his agent.
I think that would have been perfect.
Why?
But the problem, see, you're not stuck in a quagmire with a Drew Holiday because he wasn't a free agent. They traded for him.
That means they wanted him.
But what I'm saying is they traded. They're not locked in with him for whatever. Move him.
I think he's a free agent at the end of next year.
You don't owe him nothing. You owe him nothing. He has nothing built in the city.
Mm-hmm. Drew?
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, but if they put him on that team, they might diminish his value, and then you can't get this.
Gives a shit.
What about an Oladipo?
No. He's a pace guy, but then
he's a defender. He could get you 19 or 20. He was the best player on the Pacers team that went to the playoffs.
But that was injury.
Right.
Injury.
Let me ask you this: are they better off for Oladipo over Drew Holiday, or is Drew Holiday better?
I think Drew Holiday's more solid right now for what they need.
And now
Oladipo's averaging more. Oladipo's averaging 19.
I don't think Oladipo averages as much with Giannis, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because Giannis demands the ball so much.
I think it's going to be more difficult for Oladipo to adapt his game.
I agree.
With Giannis than Drew Holiday.
Okay. What about Alonzo Ball going over there? Would they get better?
That.
Okay. All right.
That would be good.
Just asking. Somebody how the Bucks can get better because
grab the rebound and run. I like that concept.
Yeah, it's kind of the same dynamic. Yeah. He gets it out real quick.
The Bucks are going to be the team that people are probably going to be the most quote unquote disappointed with this season when they don't make the finals because they're not making the finals.
I don't know
if that's the narrative.
But they haven't made it.
But they have the back-to-back MVP.
But he didn't.
Back to back.
We discussed this already. Skill set alone.
Yeah, but we not the ones voting. They voted him as back to back.
Correct.
If you're the back to back,
the same people that's voting Luka as what, top 3 MVP candidate.
It's the same people that told my man to go play in China. So I don't even want to hear it.
So I'm saying it's a lot of people who different people than us voting for these kind of things. So they view players a lot differently.
Old media.
Yeah, old media. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Before we move out of here, Celtics, do we see them making any runs in the finals? Me personally, I got them as my finals picks. I'm really not backing on for that because I don't switch. I keep that same energy through what they'll do the whole season. I don't switch shit. Somebody like me keep that same energy. But I still got the Celtics. I think it's gonna be very hard for them. Clearly, obviously, it's gonna be hard as shit for them. But I got faith in JT and I got faith in JB, man. I think both of those boys are gonna be getting 25 to 30 in the playoffs. And I think they're going to be tough to handle. And I think they're a better team than the 76ers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, you coming with that energy.
You know why, though? Because I think they can score on the perimeter when the 76ers cannot score on the perimeter. And in the playoffs time, you need somebody who's going to isolate, somebody's going to get you a bucket. Ain't nobody on that 76ers team holding Jason Tatum. Nobody on that 76ers team is holding Jaylen Brown.
Who's holding them? Well, who's holding Ben Simmons or
other than Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons can hold one of the other.
Embiid? Who on the Celtics is holding Embiid? Embiid is going to chew them up.
Fellas, you know what, Damo? I'm glad that you brought that up because you know what's funny? You forgetting the Celtics swept Joel Embiid out the playoffs last year? You say the same shit.
No, but this is a Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid.
No, it's a different when it comes to different color.
It's a different Embiid.
Nah.
This is a different Embiid, bro.
This is a better Embiid, bro.
It's an MVP Embiid.
But what is Doc Rivers going to do? Embiid was in the playoffs.
Doc Rivers is not Brett Brown or whatever his name was.
Yes, no, I agree. He was not Brett Brown. But the Celtics played the 76ers, Joel Embiid, last year in the playoffs, and they swept his ass out of there.
But they have less this year.
That much trouble.
They have less this year.
Who has less?
The Celtics.
No, they don't.
They lost Hayward.
Tice was their center.
They lost Hayward.
That's less is more.
Nah, I don't know.
They lost. Hold on. They lost Hayward.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna put it on wax right now. I'm sorry to tell you. But Celtics is second round knockout.
Facts.
All right. We're going to put this on the set. I bet you right now.
Knockout,
you know,
bro.
I'm glad that you say that because you know what? The Celtics are fourth. The 76ers are first. So in the second round, right now, if it plays out, the Celtics will meet the 76ers in the second round. And I'm putting money on this. The Celtics will beat them.
And you're going to lose your money.
I got money on that. If they meet in the playoffs, I got Sixers on them.
Bet.
Listen. You know what listen, I'll tell you what the Celtics are going through right now. The Celtics are going through the curse of IT.
Yeah, man.
They've handled every situation too wrong. They were the team with all the chips on their side.
Pride in you.
Nope. Right? Listen, Damo, they went from the point of having all the picks, all the draft picks, all the salary cap in their favor. They played their hands so bad that they still have holes in their system.
Danny Ainge didn't cash out the way he was supposed to cash out.
He cashed out with Kyrie, got rid of Kyrie, then you lost Hayward, and then you turn around and you still have no center.
I got faith in JT. Nobody on the 76ers could guard JT.
I'm not doubting JT or Jaylen Brown.
Whoa. I don't even like Ben. Ben could check JT.
Check him like what? What does check him mean?
He could slow him down.
This might be defensive player of the year.
He could slow him down.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah,
he could slow him down.
Defensive player of the year, but when we get
can
to
JT slow down Ben Simmons?
You don't need to slow down Ben Simmons. He does nothing in the half court.
I'm not even a Ben advocate.
Marcus Smart.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying
I like Marcus Smart.
I like the Simmons JT matchup.
Y'all bugging.
You tripping.
Simmons shut down JT top 10 in the league.
No, we need to have this happen.
We need to watch this together.
Top 10 in the league. Shut down JT.
Please. Yo, playoff guys, make this happen, please.
Because I got
game at my crib. I'm supplying alcohol and food.
Philly and Celtics. Philly and 6.
Celtics and 6.
This year, Philly. If
Celtics was to beat the Philly Sixers in the series, it's going to be game.
This year, Philly in 5.
Tristan Thompson Kardashian.
Did he just get boomed on by somebody?
He did get boomed on, but it don't matter. It don't matter. Daniel Tice was going to Joel Embiid.
Daniel Tice is not putting no fear in nobody's heart.
He's not putting fear. That's not what I'm saying. I think he was guarding Embiid last year, and they swept him up.
Like I said, this is a different Embiid this year.
Y'all don't even got no Watermaker no more.
Wanamaker, yeah.
I liked him.
Yeah, but I feel like the Celtics are going to make a move. Robert Williams is a little bit better. Don't sleep on them Celtics.
Y'all got Kemba.
Y'all heard it here first. The Boston Celtics.
They don't even play the person they supposed to play, and Robert Williams is the guy they supposed to play.
Robert Williams, he should be getting more minutes.
He should be getting more minutes.
That's the center?
You know what?
He's supposed to be getting more minutes.
You know what? It may be time for Brad Stevens to get up out of there.
I like that. Get Nate McMillan up over there. Get my boy Lord P.
Nate McMillan over there would be nice.
Why y'all out of there? Y'all can take Terry Stotts too.
Thanks, Terry Stotts too. Family, I know we went a little bit over, man, but this 146, man. The block is hot, man. The block is hot. The fellas are here. We talking about all of these playoff contenders, man. You know it's gonna get wild when it comes to playoff time. Hopefully, we can get the fellas here back again. The Chiefs, we gotta talk to Damo. Family, y'all gotta write Damo if y'all can find them somewhere.
Parade on Flatbush.
Parade on Flatbush. We gotta get back to these extra episodes, man. The playoffs are gonna be interesting. You know I'm about to bring the fellas back for the most important episodes of the season, man. Because they over here. If
I got to call out, I'm gonna be here.
They over here disrespecting some of my boys. So we gonna have to let them hear, and we gonna have to put them on wax. Reem talking shit, Damo talking shit,
man.
I'm talking shit. That's how we do it, man. This Above the Rim episode. I don't remember what episode it was. 146 this episode. And Reem, Damo, fellas, I appreciate y'all joining me for a double up episode, and I appreciate you, my brothers.
Appreciate you, man. Anytime.
Of course, there's always love forever. You know what I'm saying? And we out.